Howdy folks, welcome back to Faded Paint Garage. Got the 56 back in the shop today. So this is going to be exhaust system part 2. First thing I'm going to do is pull the driver's side section out and add a couple of oxygen sensor bungs to it for a future edition that we're going to do. And then I'm going to put that back in and work on putting tailpipes on this. I love the way this sounds. It has turn downs just in front of the rear axle. But I'm getting a really bad drone going down the highway. That's it's fine at first, but on longer trips I found it's just too annoying. So we're going to work on extending that exhaust system out the back and see how that goes. So let's jump in. So we've got the exhaust pipe out, and one thing I'm planning on doing is correcting the location of where my O2 sensor is. So currently, this is basically straight up and down as it's installed in the truck, and the O2 sensor is coming in from the bottom, and what I've since learned is that's a bad position because the sensor itself will collect moisture over time and shorten its lifespan. So I'm gonna probably plug this bung and just add another one probably up here, and then for future use I think I'm going to add one over here. So I'm going to abandon this hole here because of that situation, and then I might add another one, just I don't know, just because I'm here and I've got space and I bought a bag of them. So so let's get started drilling some holes. Learned something about this process. Make sure you use never seize on these. I think these must be stainless because I galled it, and I mean let's see if you can see that, but basically I wiped the threads out and had a heck of a time getting it out. So I didn't have never seize on it when I put it, or anti-seize when I put it in there and welding it, and then maybe got some debris, I don't know, but I couldn't tighten it or loosen it. It was about halfway in. Thankfully I was able to get it out. Even though it wiped out some threads, I was able to run a tap down it and clean out the threads of this one. So we're still okay, but live and learn. Got the driver's side exhaust mounted back up again, and I've got the oxygen or the O2 sensor installed in the new location, which is this lower right, and then this new sensor I just installed in the upper left is a wideband sensor, And you might wonder why I would need a wideband on a stock 302, stock 5 liter, but that is for a future episode, so stay tuned for that future project. So now we will move to tailpipes, and if I would have been thinking about it, I should have had the truck in here the other direction, so I'm gonna have to lower it back down, flip it around, and bring it back in. So I'll do that right now. So we're lifted back up again. So you can see where the exhaust dumps right now in front of the axle. So we're going to put on some tailpipes. Unfortunately, we're so low that I can't go over the axle, because if the axle gets too compressed, it'll smash the pipe between the bed of the truck and the axle. So I think what we're going to do is not the most ideal approach, but about all we can do at this point. So we're going to go under the axle and back, and I think I've got a decent plan for that. I don't like doing that, but that's the cost of having something that's really low, at least until I modify the bed or something like that. I can always revisit this later. But so I'm thinking we'll come under the axle and come out and drop down probably in this area here. I'm thinking about putting a cross brace on here, or that one there will be relocated if I ever put a fuel tank in here. But I'd like to put a receiver hitch on this just for carrying like a basket or something. You know, if I want to put a cooler or go on a trip or something, have a little extra luggage. So I'm thinking we'll come in, you know, a little bit low. Geez, 4 or 5 inches down, and then, you know, I might want to put a roll pan or something back here eventually. I don't know, a rear bump, right? I don't know. So I'm thinking we'll do these pipes like this for now, and then probably change it up again later. But so what I've done, so I've got the jack stands on the frame, and that way I can lower the axle down. That way I get enough clearance that if I have to change a tire or something on the road, I don't have to somehow take my exhaust off, which isn't going to be possible if I can't get underneath the rig. So we're full droop there, so we'll make it go under that tight, and then that should give us enough clearance. Here's half the kit. So it comes in 2 boxes. This was what's in one box, and the other box is the same pipe, so just this twice. I'm thinking between these 2 guys here, that'll probably get me under that axle and headed upwards towards the back. Thought about using the U's and then doing another thing, but I don't think I want to make this too fancy. I think I'm going to end up changing it depending on what fuel tank, because I'm really looking at doing that Mustang fuel tank that fits between the back, between the frame rails in the back. So if I do that, then chances are I'm going to have to redo the tailpipes anyway, so I'm not going to get too carried away in making this perfect. I think we'll just make it decent enough for now, and then figure on changing it later. So here's what I ended up with. So that comes out of the glass pack on the right here, and then goes, and then as the exhaust and everything's angled, it kind of comes out kind of like that, so it's heading upwards. But that it ain't fancy, but I think it'll work. Got to admit, I don't hate this nearly as much as I thought I would. So I've got everything tacked in place now. The rear mounts are bolted in. So now I just need to finish my welding, finish the hanger welds and cut the excess off, and then trim the pipes to the length that I like. But it really actually looks pretty sharp from a distance, I think. Of course, we'll see once it's on the ground. But yeah, like I said, I don't hate it nearly as much as I thought I would. It does hang down below, but that nice straight tailpipe hanging down actually kind of adds a good look to the back of the truck. A lot better than I thought it would. So I'm glad I don't hate it, which is nice. I think I might actually like it. So we'll continue welding and then see how it sounds. Okay, we're all welded up. Got the hangers trimmed. So now we're going to trim the tailpipes, the very tips. I think what I'm just going to do is come straight down flush with here, and then if I want any adjustment there, I can buy some chrome tips. I've got some old ones I might put on, but it depends how I like the look. So we'll take the Sawzall or something, or the cutoff wheel, and trim these off and see how they look. I just got back from taking it out and seeing how it does, and I can say it's significantly quieter than it was, almost too quiet now, but we'll live with that for now. It does still have some drone, but it's not nearly as bad, and I probably can address some of that with doing some insulation and sound deadening on the cab. But it sounds great. It's weird because it's so quiet, but we'll live with that for now. I really like it. I think I can live with this. I don't hate it as much as I thought I would. It's got a real nice tone to it. It sounds like the pickup looks, which I like. It's got that nice classic glass pack sound. So we'll give that a whirl for a while. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.